Bitcoin has right now formed a Megaphone pattern. Ethereum has reached new all-time highs and is now also trading within a new pattern. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down these two patterns for you and telling you how the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum is going to be affected by these two patterns in the near future. If that interests you, then please smash a like, subscribe and share this video. Without any further ado, welcome back to Crypto Nerd. My name is AJ. Jumping straight into the Bitcoin charts then for you, this Megaphone pattern is in fact on the daily. So if I draw this Megaphone pattern for you, a Megaphone pattern has to consist of a minimum of 2 higher highs and 2 lower lows. So as you can see on this chart right here, that Bitcoin has got the 2 higher highs right there and the 2 lower lows right there, confirming this Megaphone pattern. So the top of the Megaphone pattern is obviously acting as the resistance, and the bottom of the Megaphone pattern is obviously the support. A Megaphone pattern is generally formed when the market is highly volatile in nature, which is Bitcoin down to a T. Bitcoin right now is the most volatile market in the world. It's also formed when there are lots of people who aren't confident about the market, which is also very true about Bitcoin. There are a lot of people that aren't confident about Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market in general because it is new. And in today's society, people don't like new and they don't like change, which is what the cryptocurrency space is. It's new and it's change. So the people who believe in Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market are innovators because they understand what it can do for us in the future and how it can help us. So focusing back onto the charts, this is a very tradable pattern because it is very volatile. So we can actually trade this when Bitcoin goes for that initial retest of the resistance. So when Bitcoin goes for that initial retest of the resistance all the way up here, we can actually put a short position in if Bitcoin were to get rejected at this resistance line, or if Bitcoin were to break above this resistance line, we could put a long position in. So I know it could take 1, 2 or even 3 weeks till we can see Bitcoin actually retesting the resistance at the top of the Megaphone. However, it does give us an understanding of where Bitcoin could go in the near future. So Bitcoin is either going to go for that retest up at the top of the Megaphone and test that resistance, or we will see Bitcoin actually roll over and retest the support and could potentially break down below the Megaphone. Now, opening up the VPVR, the visible range, the VPVR is sat at $56,700, which is in fact the center of the Megaphone pattern, and the VPVR always sits in the middle of the Megaphone pattern because in fact that is where all the volume is within the pattern. So this VPVR is actually going to act as strong resistance and strong support in the near future. Because we are below it right now, it is going to act as resistance when we actually come to test the VPVR, and if we are to break above the VPVR, it would then act as support. So right now, if we want to see Bitcoin back at $65,000, the first thing we need to do is actually break above this VPVR, which is strong resistance. So in the next couple of days, I do expect to see Bitcoin retesting this resistance at the VPVR, and if we do break back above the VPVR, then I reckon that we will be getting a retest of the resistance at the top of the Megaphone. However, if we are to get rejected at the VPVR, then I would expect to see Bitcoin retesting the support of this Megaphone all the way down here. So when it actually comes to trading the Megaphone pattern, say Bitcoin were to break above the VPVR and tested the resistance at the top of the Megaphone pattern and did break above it, you would want to put a long position in, and the long position target would in fact be, well, you would have 2 targets. So the first target would be half of the Megaphone, so you take from the breakout point to half of the Megaphone, and you would carry it to the top, and the target would be just under $74,000. However, there is in fact a second target. So the second target would be from the top to the bottom, and then you would again carry it to the top, and this would take you to just under $82,000. However, if Bitcoin were to get rejected at this resistance point, you could put a short position in, and the target for the short position would in fact be the half of the Megaphone pattern. So that would be at $56,400. And for the second price target, it would in fact be all the way down at the bottom of the Megaphone, and that would be at $48,200. So right now we are unsure where this pattern is going to take Bitcoin. I would think that this pattern is going to take Bitcoin to the bullish route, which is breaking above this Megaphone. However, in the short term, we just need to break back above this VPVR first. So moving on to Ethereum. Ethereum is actually trading within a new pattern as well, and this pattern could break out in the next couple of hours, and I will be trading this pattern. So on the 4 hour here, if I draw this pattern for you, which is in fact a rising channel, Bitcoin does follow this rising channel quite well, as you can see right here. So Bitcoin has entered the channel and is testing the support down here, back up testing the resistance, comes back down to test the support, and is right now climbing its way back up to test the resistance. So in fact, this is going to be my next Ethereum trade. If Ethereum does break up out of this channel, I am going to be putting in a long position, and I'm going to have two price targets for this rising channel if it is to break to the upside. So my first target would be half of the actual rising channel, and we take it to the breakout point, and this would be just under, so it would be at $2,950, just under $3,000, and at that point I would take 50% out of this trade. I'll take 50% of my profits out of the trade and leave 50% in the trade, because the next price target would be from the top to the bottom, and that price target would be just over $3,000 at $3,205. However, if Bitcoin were to get rejected at this resistance point, I would put a short position in. And like the long position, the short position would have two targets. So the first target would be the blue dotted line in the center of the rising channel, because this is where there is a lot of resistance and support. So the first target would be at that dotted line at just under $2,500. So for my short position, I would take 50% out of that short position and leave the remaining 50% in the short position. And if it were to break down below the support level, then the target would be all the way down at 2,200, where I would take the rest of my profits out. However, I am extremely bullish on Ethereum at the moment, so I would not be surprised if Ethereum were to break out of this rising channel in the next couple of hours. That's going to be all for today's video. Keep an eye on that Ethereum rising channel, because it could break out in the next couple hours. We are going to be keeping an eye on that Megaphone pattern in the next couple videos. So thank you very much for watching, and if you enjoyed, please smash a like, subscribe and share this video. Peace.